Hoi hoi chummers, this is Dan, the GM of What the Dice. But enough about me. You want to meet our runners, so sit back, let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Jared, and I play P. Dexter, the Decker Doc that knows no bounds.
I'm Ethan, and I play Cypher, the Street Samurai, and I've got an axe and a pun, and I know how to use both.
Hey guys, Nightland here, and I play Sparkles, that satyr that never stops smiling and has an attitude as loud as her grenades.
Listener discretion advised. Content warning level green. Standard Shadowrun subject matter. Foul language, sex, violence, drugs. For all of our content warning, none of these subjects go into graphic detail, but it is involved in the story of the episode. Listener discretion advised.
We look out the window of the Ameristar that we're in. The music is playing on the radio, and we are sort of zoning out. We're traveling through no man's land to a meetup where one of the Johnsons is wanting to discuss a run. We look over and we see our team. We see our elven drone-op jacked into the car, driving us down this old forgotten highway. We glance back and we see our troll friend sitting back, sharpening a knife as we drive around. The roads are bumpy and long forgotten. We see the homeless, the go-gangers that run these streets. We see the forgotten, dilapidated buildings. We can't help but chuckle. The corporations were supposed to help us, make our lives better. Well, if you had the money, sure, things got better. But for those who couldn't, things just got worse. As we reach over, our drone operator, his eyes open up and he slows the car down. He reaches over and turns on the radio, and we hear that familiar static as all of us listen to the broadcast. Well, my friends, Ed Sparks here. So, Ed is getting his car fueled up, getting the tires swapped out to some run flats, just in case. Having a drone-op friend of mine rigging up some quick defenses and whatnot. A couple deck friends adding some electronic countermeasures. You know, all the bells and whistles that Eddie needs. Just in case Eddie gets a chase going. Speaking of chases, let me tell you, I do not know a good run without a good chase. Now, our runner friends have literally got the Johnson by the cojones and basically strong-armed themselves into some extra pay. The problem is now they gotta come through with saving this Bella acid, which also means they're gonna have to chase down some fracking humanist dreckheads that are running off with their target. Now, Bella's been shot. She ain't good. So, maybe they'll look out and she's still conscious. Maybe she'd be dead. Who knows? Let's, listen in, shall we? As the scene comes back, we are watching from overhead as to the north there's a lot of gunfire between these heavily armed, black armored people and on jet skis and the Golden City Guard. They are exchanging shots after shots as the team in a blacked out speeder boat are chasing down this yacht with a injured Bella Acid, as we have established that either Humanus or someone working for Humanus has orchestrated this strange attack. We come back and we are in combat, and it is Sparkles round.
Yeah. Now I have a question.
I have an answer.
With a paint grenade, would that make it slippery for the people on the boat?
More tacky than slippery, because these paint grenades are designed so they're always in a tacky-like state. They're not a liquid.
And a gas grenade, is that like knockout gas?
So it's designed for riot control. So it's going to be like a pepper spray or some kind of irritant.
But we're also on a fast-moving boat, so that's not going to really work, is it?
No.
Okay.
That, and you also risk damaging the target.
Yeah, that too. Shotgun it is!
Alright, so just make sure, I think you're going to be maybe extreme range.
Yeah, with the shotgun.
Yeah.
I look at her and see her holding nothing, right?
By her, you mean Sparkles or Bella?
Yeah, you. Looking at you. Fuck. We'll get to that chick. We gotta kill people first.
Yeah, at the moment, you'd see her getting her shotgun, essentially.
Sparkles, grab my Winchester.
Okay.
It's on my back.
She'll grab his Winchester.
Who are you targeting?
The guy on the left side of the boat.
Okay. Fire when ready.
Maybe I should have get one of these for me. 4 hits.
Alright, for 4 hits, let's see. Alright, you are netting 1 hit.
Ooh.
His armor is soaking all of it, but
Ooh.
he is unconscious. So you see this bullet make a solid hit, and he just crumples over and drops.
Oh, Sparkles just lets out an evil cackle. And be like, yeah, go down!
I'm gonna glance over my shoulder at Sparkles as she drops that man with my rifle. God damn, I've got a thing for trolls, but my gun looks good in your hands.
Sparkles is just gonna laugh and give him a wink, like, you know it, baby!
Right, so Sparkles, I'm gonna take a shot at you because frag you.
Am I considered in cover or not?
No. Alright. And rolling. I have 3 hits on you.
Yeah. Well, I got
Alright.
2 hits, so you only net 1.
Alright, so you're gonna take some stun damage because your armor is gonna be soaking most of that. P. Dexter, your round. So for the first pass, you do need to give a complex action to keep control over the vehicle. But in that initiative pass, you can make some decisions. So complex action, go ahead and roll for your piloting vehicle.
1 hit.
With 1 hit, since this is a straight shot, nothing in the way, you are good to go. You do have another simple action. What do you want to do? Now, since you're piloting, there's a couple of options you can use during this pass. Things like accelerate to gain ground or stunt.
I have questions, because what kind of stunts can I do first off?
So basically, it's anything you want to do. A stunt is completely up to you what you decide to do. Now, depending on what you choose, I set the DV for.
Okay.
So what would you like to do?
What guns do you have, Cypher?
I have my Super Warhawk on me right now.
Okay, and that's a ranged weapon. You're good.
I'm good to go at the moment.
I'm gonna ask him. Do you guys want me to get closer?
Oh, definitely, yes. Get closer.
It'll make it easier.
Doesn't look like you're having much trouble now.
Well, yeah, that's true. This thing is sweet. I need to get me one of these.
That's my baby. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to gain some ground.
All right. Go ahead and give me a pilot round or pilot craft.
No hits.
No hits.
So in that scenario, is it like a maintain? I don't gain any ground since I'm actually trying. Okay.
Yep. You just stay where you're at.
Right on. Okay.
All right. Next human. He is going to take a shot at P. Dexter. P. Dexter, you are going to get a partial cover because you are behind the steering wheel.
Right on. 5 hits.
Sexy.
Suck it.
As you duck down behind the windshield that is in front of you, you see it spiderweb as the bullet strikes across it.
Just gonna hold up a middle finger and keep driving.
Appropriate response.
This guy is going to use his action to continue to maneuver the boat. Top of round, Cypher.
I'm going to target closest guy that's in range, and I am going to try to shoot him again.
All right, go for it.
2 hits.
He has ducked underneath something, and the bullet plinks off of the boat. Do you want to try? Well, yeah, no, you've got a revolver, so that's a simple action. You can fire again.
I will definitely try to hit him again.
All right, roll it.
No hits.
All right, your bullet shot goes wide. You know what? I think he's going to take a pot shot at Sparkles.
Oh, I see. Everybody gangs up on the sexy satyr.
Yes, they do. And rolling. 4 hits on that.
Of course.
Hey, he got 4 hits on me, and he still missed, girl. You got this. Come on.
Yup. We're doing an edge.
Okay. So that gives you 3 net hits, and that's going to drop that. So that means I have 1 net hit.
Unless I want to spend another edge.
You can if you want.
How much is his? 9 stun.
So with 1 net hit, you would be taking 7 stun.
Well, I only have 2 boxes left of stun, so then that piles into physical.
Yep, that just means you are unconscious. Well, yeah, it would mean you are unconscious.
I don't want to be unconscious.
You could roll again. If you want to spend your edge, you're more than welcome to. Or in the reverse, you can force me to re-roll mine.
How much edge do you have? I'd be empty by now.
6.
Oh. You've rolled 4 so far, right?
This would be the 4th.
Oh, roll that shit. What are you doing? Make him re-roll his.
Would you like to force me to re-roll mine?
Yeah, re-roll your successes.
I have 3 hits. You have 3 hits. You take no damage.
Woo! Is there a way for me to get rid of stun damage?
Sleep it off, or it's stim patch. It will remove stun equal to its rating.
Sweet. Okay.
And that's just a simple action to slap that on. But it is not your round. All right. Now it's your round.
Okay. Would slapping on 2 of them at the same time count as 1 or both? Like,
I really don't suggest doing that.
why not?
Because I think then it piles up at the end. So it is going to be... It's going to remove its stun versus its rating, but I think what ends up happening is after combat, you end up taking all that stun back.
+1. I was reading it.
So, I mean, if you want, you can, but then it would be a +2 to your stun.
Yeah, when it wore off.
Yeah, when it wears off.
Okay, I'm gonna line up a shot then. Come back to that. I might consider it.
Yeah, it's a simple action to slap one on, so. Alright, go ahead. Who you targeting?
I'm gonna target the guy on the right. I
Alright.
think he just shot at me, so I'm gonna shoot back.
Alright, go for it.
5 hits.
Alright, 5 hits. Would you like to describe your kill?
Oh, I'm lining up a headshot on this guy. I literally want to obliterate his face.
Okay.
So I'm assuming, I'm kind of picturing, you're on the rail of the boat, right? Get some stabilizing, and Sparkles literally shifts that Winchester from facing towards the left and just pivots to the right and takes that one little eye closed, eyes open, and kabam.
So, give me a moment. I need to roll some things. Actually, I will let you roll it.
Okay.
I need an edge. Roll me your edge, please.
3 hits.
The man you shot was piloting. As you shot him and his head turns into a fine mist on the front glass, he slumps over the wheel, turning it to the left, and as he falls, his arm catches the throttle and slides it down to the idle position. P. Dexter, I need you to roll me a piloting, please.
1 hit.
1 hit. You scrape along the side of the yacht as it banks hard. You lose control for just a half second, but you're able to compensate as this yacht kind of slows to a stop. The other 2 armored guys seem mildly panicked as they are running towards the edge to line up shots at you all. But it is your round, P. Dexter.
Are they dead in the water?
The boat's not moving. It's idling.
Nice. Okay. Fuck that. I'm not gonna let them shoot at us. I'm gonna speed towards the front of the boat. We'll board from up there.
Okay.
And I'll stay close, especially if they're trying to line up shots. If they can't get a line of sight, I'm not catching a bullet.
Not even gonna bother making you roll for that. All right. Next round. This is final pass. Cypher, your round.
All right, I had 5 hits.
5 hits. Let's see if this guy can soak this damage. Looks like you got your shot off with that Ruger Superhawk. And with 13 physical damage coming my way, you have killed him. Would you like to describe your kill?
Cypher will take aim towards the head, but he's going to put the round right through the guy's neck and just leave a bloody stump where his head and neck should have been connected.
Wonderful bloody messes. Yeah, Dexter moving up the food chain.
Damn, what? Look at me, I'm not last.
Cypher, you get another shot. Looks like you got 2 hits. The guy ducks behind the railing just at the last second, and the bullet clinks off the side of the boat. This poor yacht's gotten a lot of bullet holes in it now.
She's rich. She can fix it.
Sparkles, your round.
Yeah, this was the same fragger who dodged my point-blank shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making sure. I'm shooting his ass again.
Okay.
4 successes.
Well, as the bullet strikes into his chest, you see him double over, fall over the railing, and splash into the water. And he looks unconscious, not dead. But with that, that is the end of combat.
Woo!
Hey, everyone. This is Dan, the GM, bringing you the mid-roll. So, first and foremost, thank you, everyone, from our Patreon, both the followers and those who pay. If you are paying, of course, let me give you your shout-out because it's so much fun to do this. A Relic, Ethan, and Lady Lumi, thank you so much for your continued support. Everything you do helps us grow our show. If you want to help us out and you don't got the scratch, if you follow us on any of the social medias, if you follow us on YouTube, Twitch, just make sure you do a rating and review. That helps us grow. Speaking of grow, I want to make sure I do this week's promo. This week's promo is for a show called the Arcology podcast. It is one of the, I believe, one of the longest running Shadowrun shows out there. It is by a gentleman named Mr. Johnson, and it is an absolutely amazing show. I personally have been listening to this show for years. They do everything from lore to an actual play, and recently he has been doing interviews with other Shadowrun shows. I actually had a chance to interview with him, and it was an absolute dream come true. Mr. Johnson is one of the people I look up to in this field, industry, hobby. I don't know what you want to call this, in the podcast world. If you want to check them out, there'll be links in the description as always. So that is unfortunately all I have for this week because they don't have a promo, so this week's mid-roll is a bit short. Thank you so much for all of y'all's support in everything you do, and of course, as always, may the dice gods bless your every roll.
Okay, so now they're out of combat and the boat's dead in the water. Piloting the craft at a low speed's fairly easy. I mean, I think at this point we can say I've got my chops. But I'll pull up next to the yacht where we can board safely. Yeah. And I mean, obviously the troll can go first because he can just grab my tie-off rope and just pull the fucking boat onto the back of the yacht if he really wanted to.
Yeah, there's a tie-off point. It'll be easy for you guys to tie it off.
And while we're tying off, I will go see if Bella's conscious until Dexter can get there.
I mean, if you want to take over piloting, I'll go see to the wounded maiden.
Of course, I will make sure the boat stays still. I can do that.
Don't tie him too close. We want a little bit of drift.
Alright. Don't let him kiss. Got it.
Me and the elf or the boats?
The boats. You can go be the knight in shining armor. That's fine.
No. She is Nova Hot Boobla.
Don't you dare call me Boobala.
Alright.
I hear anyone use that word again, I'm throwing someone overboard.
I'm gonna start my way up the stairs. She's probably bleeding out, so I should probably.
As you get closer, can I get a perception? Or actually, give me a knowledge first aid or your first aid skill.
2 hits. Oh, come on.
You have an edge, I'm sure, to spend.
I do.
If you need to. I don't know.
Waiting on that edge roll on my screen.
1 hit.
With 1 hit, P. Dexter, something doesn't seem right. She is clutching her hand. She doesn't seem like she's in pain, but she doesn't seem like gunshot wound to a non-experienced runner amount of pain. Go ahead and roll that first aid again.
6.
As you get closer and you look, you don't see any damage to her clothing. Sure, there's a lot of dark red dripping from her leg. And as you get closer and you touch it, they shot her with a gel round.
Well, that's embarrassing for Sparkles.
It hurt, but it's a paintball. I mean, it's softer than a paintball.
No, it's harder than a paintball.
Oh, these are the harder. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. To someone who's not used to getting shot by them,
Yeah.
It would feel like being shot. Now, she might be over dramatizing how much it hurt, but someone had taken a lot of care into making this gel round at a glance look like blood.
What do I got here?
Hey, P. Dexter, how is she doing? Is she alright?
Yeah, she's fine. You guys tied off? You want to come up here real quick? Need to show you
Sure.
something.
Yeah, on my way.
Oh, wait. Sparkles, on your way up, go ahead and call the Johnson. Tell him to wire the rest of our money over.
He said she has to get to the plane first.
Call him and tell him that we killed everybody and we have her in our custody and he better wire our money.
I'll let you do Dexter and Cypher first, and then I'll call him up.
Actually, I'll call him.
Okay.
The phone rings once and it picks up. Okay, is she in the plane?
Everybody's dead. We've got her.
Okay, I will give you the money when she is on that plane.
Are you going to be there when we get there?
Boobla, I'm in Prisma Gem. I have booked her private plane. It is at one of the biggest airports in the Golden City. I need her on that plane. I will send you the rest.
I'll call you when I'm en route. We have something to talk about.
You hanging up on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can my eye record if I need it to?
Do you have image link? Let me check.
I don't know.
Yes, you have image link.
I'm gonna record this. I want her shot in the leg. I'm gonna walk up and wipe her leg off so that my party members can see that it was a fake round to the leg.
No. Your rounds are not fake rounds. They are stun rounds.
Right.
Not a piercing bullet.
She doesn't have a hole in her leg.
Correct.
She can still perform. It's just gonna hurt a little bit.
Yes.
The goods are not damaged.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear the goods are in shape.
Is she conscious now?
He has been ugly crying for pretty much this whole chase.
Okay. So
she is gasping and
Alright. When I kneel down and I wipe the round off so that my team can see that she doesn't have a hole in her leg, and then I can talk to her.
Mhm.
Bella, you're not bleeding.
Why does it hurt so bad?
Because you got shot in the leg. But good news, it wasn't a bullet. So you don't have a hole in your leg.
She kind of does the whole like eye, like that one eye open, like looking away, but looking just to see if you're telling the truth.
Yeah, I'll rub my thumb across her thighs so she can see that it doesn't go in.
Oh, that's vicious, because that's still gonna have a nasty fucking bruise.
Well, no, I'm not gonna do it hard. I'm just gonna wipe some of the gel off.
She is calmer, but not super calm.
A little bit of ice, a little bit of booze, a lot of booze. You'll be fine. You'll be on stage tomorrow night.
She kind of like that slow but jittery head nod.
It's a yacht, right? You got bottles of booze?
She shakes her head no. My manager doesn't let me drink. It's bad.
Well, he's in Prisma Gem, is what he just told me. So, time to go.
She reaches out her hand to be helped up.
Cypher, can you carry her?
Yeah, I can carry her.
Perfect.
While Dexter was calming Miss Precious Bella down, and Sparkles is like mumbling to herself, "Are you fucking kidding me?" about missing the fact that it wasn't a real bullet that they shot her with. She's gonna see if there's any like what's on the bodies in the boat, see if there's anything good or useful. Like, I don't know, all the guns they were firing at me. And
okay,
maybe some like I don't know, pain meds.
So, the first thing that you notice with the 3 bodies that are on the yacht, one of the things that you've noticed is none of them are carrying any medical supplies. On one body, you find a Colt Cobra Z120, a Colt M23A2, and then a Pioneer 60. All of these have no spare clips and just have standard rounds in them.
Hey, Sparkles.
Yo.
See if any of that armor, if these assholes have any markings on them, like who they work for.
Alright, she will go demasking or opening up armor, chest badges, ID, something.
As you dig through their bodies, you do find a couple of them have a tattoo on their arm.
What is it?
Do you have knowledge polygroups?
No.
Do you have... I'll let you roll a memory check on this one, because it's not a well-known marking.
No hits.
Nope, you have no earthly idea.
Hey, Cypher's carrying Bella to the other boat right now, right? Hey, Dexter.
Yep.
You recognize this tattoo on this guy? Which my helmet's always recording, so I mean it'll be logged.
I don't. That is... Fanatics are outside of my wheelhouse.
Alright, Cypher, why don't you get our precious
So this
Oobla.
boat... So the yacht is still drivable. You could drive them both back.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you so wish.
I'm not going... We're not going back to the marina. Is there... Well, I guess we kind of got to.
We do, but all the paparazzi's gonna be expecting this boat. So
True.
if
Very
we
true.
have Cypher like pull up farther down the dock, or like, you know, wherever you guys got that boat from, and whisk her away while we pull up with there's our boat, no one's gonna see Cypher taking her to the car.
I mean, maybe, or not. Or maybe we lean into this.
We could lean into it because it's not going to ruin her image, especially since what's-his nut was all like, she likes to get political even though I tell her not to, and she's
Right.
all about, like, you know, meta-humanity.
I'm gonna walk over to the edge of the stairs and look down and say, "Hey, Bella, how do you feel about making a statement? Because let's face it, if we get back to the docks, if we don't hide you, you're gonna have a bunch of cameras in your face.
Yeah.
You up for it?"
She just looks at you with a shrug, kind of the like, you know, she doesn't know what you're talking about, but she's just like, okay, you're like clearly the people that are supposed to be here. I'm trusting you.
Well, you guys, I could throw my trench coat over and put a riot helmet on her head.
Yeah, we can absolutely hide you, but if you're going for a political statement, thwarting a kidnapping is pretty good political clout.
While Dexter is talking to Bella, Sparkles is going to take that picture of the symbol and send it over to Silver and be like, yo, I need you to ID this for me, like, right now.
You literally get a response back within seconds. You don't get a text. You get Silver calling you.
She'll sub-vocal answer, be like, what's up?
Why are you fragging around with Humanus?
Okay, that's what I thought, and long story, okay?
She kicks a feed over to you. We interrupt this week's episode of Combat Kitchens for this special report down at the dockside. Cheryl Starr, please take it away.
Hello and good evening, Golden City. Cheryl Starr here with breaking news. I am currently down at the Golden City docks reporting live on a situation that has just happened. Bella Acid, an up-and-coming pop star with Horizon Corp, had just had her yacht hijacked as I was pulling into the dock, only moments ago. Eyewitnesses state a black helicopter came in and dropped several men dressed in black combat gear and opened fire on the docks. This is when witnesses state several men ran into the yacht and sailed it back into open waters. They also state they saw a cybered-up metahuman that came blasting through the security gate and leaped on board. It appeared to be fighting with the shooters, but no one knows what happened for sure. Just a moment, everyone. Okay, so I have just been informed that Humanus is claiming they are responsible for the kidnapping of Bella Acid, and they have demands for the mayor. Though they have not announced yet what those demands are, they did state they will kill Bella Acid if their demands are not met. Again, this is Cheryl Starr reporting live down at the docks.
We will now return you to your regularly scheduled program.
Oh, shit. She should go Dexter, Cypher.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah.
She'll send that link, that live feed, so they get the exact same information, being like, I think Dexter's onto something. We could ham this up, bring her back alive, only a bruise, but in shock, and then be like, this could be a huge thing.
If it pisses off Humanus, I say do it.
Can I get a judge intentions for everyone?
Still got 2 hits.
3 hits.
3 hits.
With 3 hits, something doesn't sit in your gut right. Be it your time in the shadows, be it that you've watched a lot of news. But this whole chase went down rather quick. It's been maybe, on the high end, 10 minutes. The Golden City Guard response was in minutes of the attack. The helicopter and the rotoplane and everything that happened seemed very, very orchestrated. Something doesn't sit right, but you're not exactly sure what. Either Humanus had an in, which is very possible because there are human supportists everywhere, or it is very possible that the paparazzi reported it to the Golden City Broadcasting and got some money on the side.
Oh, I don't doubt that happened. I don't doubt that happened at all. And it's the media, so they could make their own assumptions. It's not facts, it's just what they think is going on.
So how do we want to go about this? You guys getting a weird feeling about it too?
Yeah, something ain't sitting right.
Yeah, it all happened too fast. She got shot with a gel round. They didn't even put a real bullet in her. They wouldn't hurt her. Why would they hurt her? Why kidnap her just to kill her? That doesn't make sense. So of course they were just trying to kidnap her.
Wait a minute. I was gonna say, Humanus, yeah, why would Humanus kidnap her
her agent was saying when I was, demanding more money and like, what is it that you didn't tell me? Made mention that even though he tells her to stay out of politics, she's into politics and is like all for meta humanity.
Which is great.
Yeah. I don't know. Something's not right.
Maybe we shouldn't put her on that plane.
What do we do with her, though?
I don't know.
I mean...
alternate transportation. Put her on a fucking bus out of town.
Or we could just drive her up there ourselves.
I mean, that guarantees it. I mean, if it is humanist, they're not above blowing. They'll blow up a plane to make a point.
All right. Let's break shop here. Let's finish looting these bodies because our gun locker is empty. Let's get her on these boats. We could take her right back to port and she'll be perfectly fine. She'd have too much media around her to be a target.
Yeah.
But I just don't think she should get on that plane. So we just offered to drive her?
We could just drive her. But what's the difference? Well, I mean, other than the plane, are you saying for her safety we don't put her on the plane? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I say we get her. Let's drive her. Let's drive her ourselves.
If her manager's behind this, he did already pay us $10K each. So we already got double. And he really wants her on that plane.
He really wants her to end up wherever she needs to be, like up in Prisma Gem or whatever.
Or he really wants her on that plane.
Yeah, why does he want her on the plane?
Do you think she knows where she's supposed to be next?
He told me where she was supposed to go to Prisma Gem.
No.
That's where he is.
Does she know? I mean, she's
That's a good question.
Star. She should know where she's going, right?
Yeah, unless the manager literally does everything, which she kind of hinted at. Like, he wouldn't allow alcohol on a fucking party boat?
Let's go ask her then.
Alright, I'll finish looting everything. You two go calm down, Missy Cry boat.
She's alright. She'll be fine. I told her she could get drunk.
Cypher will head over to her.
Okay. So, Sparkles, you find an AK-98, a Beretta North Star, and a Crime Reaver with...
Okay. What about the armor? Any good? Or ruined?
No, it's been damaged. Back on the boat, as you see her, she is kind of not necessarily curled in a ball, but she's definitely like sitting as low as possible. She's mildly in shock as she looks up. Can I please get on my plane now? I just want to get back home.
Hey, kiddo, question for you.
Yeah.
Where's your plane taking you?
Back to Prisma Gem, back to Horizon headquarters. I just finished a world tour, and I did a concert on an oil rig that didn't have VTOL landing, and it was for the new album I'm doing, which is all about, like, getting to be, peaceful and how metahumans are equal to humans and all that.
So your plane is supposed to take you to Prisma Gem, right?
It's supposed to go straight to the Horizon main headquarters. They've got a private land strip for me. I'm supposed to be there in a couple of hours. My manager told me that, I'd be picked up by a bunch of specialty people and transported after getting dinner or something. I don't know. I just want to go home.
Yeah, you just sit tight. We're figuring that out for you now. We'll head back over to Sparkles and P-Dexter there.
I'm heading to the helm on the yacht to power this thing back up, see if we can get it moving. But it took a bullet, and is that what? Oh, no, you killed the dude. That's what happened. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start this thing back up.
All right, so are we taking back both boats and letting the paparazzi have her for a little bit, or are we gonna like sneak her into the car?
Well, we stole that other boat.
Well, we gotta return it.
We didn't steal it. We commandeered it. Nicer way of putting it.
And besides, we don't even know if the dude who owns this boat even knows it's missing.
Well, when we pull back into, everyone's watching this news feed, when we pull back,
that speedboat is tied to the yacht, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll
Yes.
drift. It's fine.
Yeah, we can tow it in.
Yeah, okay. Here's a thought too though. Like, all right, we get her, the paparazzi have like their photos and stuff and ham it up, whatever. But that means we're gonna be noticed and recognized and everyone's gonna know our faces.
I don't want that to happen. That's why I asked if she was up for it. Because then we can just have her walk off the yacht and we can hop off the back of the other boat.
But then you run the risk if there's any more of those dipshits in the crowd that could just pop her one.
That too.
Alright, well then let's just leave the yacht and take the speedboat back.
And then sneak her to the car. Let's not let her have, she's not stable enough. She's traumatized.
I'll drive the yacht. Can you two handle the speedboat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I couldn't drive it to save my life earlier.
All right, Dexter, show me what I'm doing.
Wait, Sparkles, you'll drive a boat, but you won't drive the car?
Well, you just said you can't.
I didn't say I can't. I just said I suck at it.
Potato, tomato, whatever.
Up is go, back is brake, steering wheel.
Okay, that seems easy enough.
As you all are getting these boats situated to drive back to the marina and park wherever you choose to park. And the camera pans across and we can see the marina and the runners can see this in the distance. The sky is lit up with Golden City guards. Both VTOL and land vehicles are clearing the marina. You can see the lights lit up and we can see in the distance Cheryl Starr giving the report. The world slowly fades as we end this episode here. As the Cheryl Starr report ends, we all look at each other. We can't help but chuckle. There was something about that run. Humanus hit hard, hit fast, and it didn't feel right. We look back at the troll, who is just shaking his head with a chuckle. We look over at our drone op, and he is staring at the radio, studying it as if he is trying to figure out how this broadcast is being sent out. There's a question lingering. Who is Eddie Sparks? Who is this team? And what the absolute frack is going on in the Golden City? Before we can actually ask the question, the cab of the Ameristar fills with that oh so familiar static. Y'all hear that? Just listen. Listen to that motor purr. That's right, my friends. Eddie Sparks is now mobile. That means look out near Tova. Eddie is coming. Well, not just near Tova, but everywhere. I get a chance to be mobile. This is fun. So, you corpo spiders trying to find me? Good luck. I'll see you all on the road. And of course, my friends, as always, stick to the shadows. Always keep your gun loaded and never make a deal with the dragon. It's time for Eddie Sparks to go find himself a chase of his own. Eddie Sparks here, and I am signing out.
Hey everyone, Nightlin here, co-creator of What the Dice, and player of Sparkles for Season 2, to do some thank yous here at the end of our episode. First and foremost, I would like to thank each and every single one of you for listening. We would not be here today without you, and I do mean that sincerely. We never thought we would get this far, and knowing that there's someone out there, yeah, I'm talking to you, the one with the earballs listening right now. If it wasn't for you guys and us knowing that you're actually here and enjoying what you're listening to, we wouldn't have kept going, and it genuinely fills our heart with joy, and I want to make sure that we tell you every single time at the end of these episodes. We are eternally grateful. Second, we would like to take a moment to thank all the things that we use in our day-to-day What the Dicey ways. First up, Epidemic Sound. for our sound effects and music, Podbean for being our host, Foundry VTT, and Forge VTT for creating their virtual tabletop gaming applications and services, Craigbot for our recordings, Catalyst Game Labs for Shadowrun, which is the current system we are running. And with that, if you can spare a moment of effort and want to help us out, the best thing that you can do is honestly tell a friend, share us, drop a link in a Discord somewhere that you're a part of, or take that 2-second effort of hitting a like, hitting a follow, giving us a star rating. Whatever the button is on whatever it is that you're listening to us on goes a long way in helping us fight that horrible algorithm monster. Also, the Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in the connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to What the Dice to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary material for the promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with What the Dice in any official capacity whatsoever.